Greetings, my fellow freedom lovers and sovereign thinkers. Thank you for tuning in to LL3 Podcast. My name is Craig, transmitting from the beautiful swampy mangroves of South Florida. And today's date is Thursday, June 25th, 2020. Yes, I've been looking at some of the stuff that's going on, and even the AFL-CIO is supporting Black Lives Matter. What's disturbing to me, because it is a communist movement, Marx, or in the name of Marxism, according to the Union Workers' Bible, what the communists will first do if they take over a country, they'll smash the unions, just like the Nazis did. Now they want to support a particular movement under those attributes. Everyone who's in a union under the AFL-CIO should be calling them out and going, why on earth are you going to use our funds for a cause that counters our vision or our movement? Even their little booklet, the AFL-CIO Codes of Ethical Practices, is real leery or critical on communism, Nazism, fascism, etc. And there's one little quote about freedom and democracy are attributes for a labor organization. And I'm just paraphrasing. Anyone who doesn't have those attributes, such as Hitler's Labor Front or the Soviet Union, is a union in name only. Alright, so that's according to the AFL-CIO Code of Ethical Practices. Yeah, I saw it in the newspaper. It was a daily news. AFL-CIO supports Black Lives Matter. That's a cardinal sin. They're anti-union. They're communist. Karl Marx is their Lord and Savior. Don't be fooled to the working class, the union workers in this country and in Canada and around the world. If your labor organization supports it, they breached their oath. Plain and simple. They breached their oath of membership. And maybe as officers as well. Just give you some facts, because a person like myself is a member of a stagehand union. I can tell you that for sure. So, I had to do a little brief on that, brief rant. And something else that came up. I just got on my phone. And it says here, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange faces new indictment in the United States. This is from moneycontrol.com via Associated Press. The superseding indictment does not contain additional charges beyond 18 counts the Justice Department unsealed last year. But prosecutors said it underscores Assange's efforts to procure and release classified information, allegations that form from the basis of the criminal charges he already faces. So, it's interesting how they says this here. Let's just read this. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange sought to recruit hackers at conferences in Europe and Asia who could provide anti-secrecy website with classified information and conspire with members of hacking organizations, according to a new justice indictment announced Wednesday. Superseding indictment does not contain additional charges beyond the 18 counts the Justice Department unsealed last year, but prosecutors said it underscores Assange's efforts to procure and release classified information, allegations that form the basis of criminal charges he already faces. Beyond recruiting hackers at conferences, the indictment accuses Assange of conspiring with members of hacking groups known as Luasec and Anonymous. He also worked with a 17-year-old hacker who gave him information stolen from a bank and directed the teenager to steal additional information, including audio recordings of high-ranking government officials, prosecutors say. Yes, you hear the drawbridge in the background. I'm in the New River of Fort Lauderdale. Assange's lawyer, Barry Pollock, said in a statement that the government's relentless pursuit of Julian Assange poses a grave threat to journalists everywhere and to the public right to know. And he's right on that. While today's superseding indictment is yet another chapter in the U.S. government's effort to persuade the public that its pursuit of Julian Assange is based on something other than his publication of newsworthy, truthful information, he added, the indictment continues to charge him with violating the Espionage Act based on WikiLeaks publications exposing war crimes contained by the U.S. government. And if I'm correct, the Espionage Act is mainly pertaining to U.S. citizens. And what's that got to do with Julian Assange? So, something like that. Let me see here. Julian Assange was arrested last year after being evicted from the Ecuadorian embassy in London, where he sought to refuge to avoid being sent to Sweden over allegations of rape and sexual assault, and is at the center of the extradition tussle over whether he should be sent to the United States. The Justice Department has already charged him with conspiring with former U.S. Army intelligence analyst Chelsea Manning, is one of the largest compromises of classified information in U.S. history by working together to crack a password to a government computer. Prosecutors said WikiLeaks founder damaged national security by publishing hundreds of thousands of classified documents, including diplomatic cables and military files on the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan that harmed the U.S. and its allies and aided its adversaries. Assange maintains he was acting as a journalist entitled to the First Amendment protection. His lawyer have argued the U.S. charges of espionage and computer misuse were politically motivated and an abuse of power. If you remember the Pentagon Files, folks, especially around people remember the whole Vietnam era, the Pentagon Files, pretty similar to that, right? Let's just continue on here. Assange generated substantial attention during the 2016 presidential election and an investigation that followed after WikiLeaks published stolen Democratic emails that U.S. authorities say they were hacked by Russian military intelligence officials. An investigation by Special Counsel Robert Mueller revealed how Trump campaign associates eagerly anticipated the email disclosures. One Trump ally, Roger Stone, was found guilty last year of lying about his effort to gain inside information about the emails. But if you're an elected servant, you got qualified immunity. That's right. Exceptionalism is patriotic, right? Absolutely. You know how doublespeak is. And you're talking to a guy who's not even a Roger Stone fan. He's always I know he was a hustler, but you have to. People, you got clowns in there in the district of criminals. Hate competition, okay? I'm not being sarcastic, but I'm being very straightforward. Assange, however, was never charged in Mueller's Russian investigation. The allegations in the new indictment center on conferences and locations, including the Netherlands and Malaysia in 2009, at which prosecutors said he and WikiLeaks associates sought to recruit hackers who could locate classified information, including material on the most wanted leaks list posted on WikiLeaks' website. According to the new indictment, he told would-be recruits that unless they were a member of the U.S. military, they faced no legal liability for stealing classified information and giving it to WikiLeaks, because top secret meant nothing as a matter of law. At one conference in Malaysia called Hack in a Box Security Conference, Assange told the audience, I was a famous teenage hacker in Australia, and I've been reading general's emails since I was 17. Interesting there. So, lots of interesting claims of this man. And some may say he's arrogant. And people do question him, are critical about him not being a 9/11 truther. He made some invalid remark in my view. However, anything called freedom of the press. So you always gotta look at those areas, like him or not. If they can do it to him, they've done it to others, by the way. Actually, they did to so many others. So that's one thing you always gotta look at on journalists, publishers, and so forth. But it's okay for governments, of tyrannical elements in governments, could do whatever they want. They could they could financially rape us, have us enslaved. When they say bend over, they want to say how far, please. But if you expose them, you're the criminal. Ain't that astute? So what I'm going to be doing, let's read what the Justice Department has to say about this, because I know they put it out yesterday. All right, and where are you? Right there, bam. I will add this to my footnotes. It says here, WikiLeaks founder charged in superseding indictment. New allegations assert Assange conspired with anonymous affiliate hackers, among others. This was posted yesterday under the Department of Justice Office of Public Affairs. A federal grand jury returned for a second superseding indictment today, charging Julian P. Assange, the founder of WikiLeaks, with offenses that relate to Assange's alleged role in one of the largest compromises of classified information in the history of the United States. New indictments did not add additional counts to the prior 18-count superseding indictment returned against Assange in May 2019. It does, however, broaden the scope of the conspiracy. Yep. Surrounding alleged computer intrusions with which Assange was previously charged. According to the charging document, Assange and others at WikiLeaks recruited and agreed with hackers to commit computer intrusions to benefit WikiLeaks. Since the early days of WikiLeaks, Assange has spoken at hacking conferences to tout his own history as a famous teenager hacker in Australia, and to encourage others to hack to obtain information for WikiLeaks in 2009. For instance, Assange to the hacking at the Random Conference at WikiLeaks had obtained non-public documents from Congressional Research Service via exploiting a small vulnerability inside the document distribution system of the United States Congress, and that then asserted that this is what any one of you would find if you were actually hacking. In 2010, Assange gained unauthorized access to a government computer system of a NATO country. In 2012, Assange communicated directly with the leader of the hacking group, Louis Sec, who was then cooperating with the FBI and provided a list of targets for Louis Sec to hack. It's interesting because, remember, J. Edgar Hoover wanted to hack, spy on people, and do wiretapping, and they kept his legacy going. But if you do it to them, they wig out. They're like criminals. They love dishing up but hate receiving. Like if you try to mug somebody or assault them or break into their home, if you shoot back at them, they take dump in their pants and they run. Yeah, you know how that goes. Shit. It's one of those things, folks. Love dishing up but hate receiving. I wonder why. And provided a list of targets to Louis Sec to hack. With respect to one target, Assange asked Louis Sec leader to look for and provide to WikiLeaks mail and documents, database, and PDFs. In another communication, Assange with Louis Sec leader that the most impactful release of hacked materials would be from CIA, NASA, NSA, or the New York Times. WikiLeaks obtained and published emails from a data breach committed against an American intelligence consulting company by an anonymous and Louis Sec affiliated hacker. According to the hacker, Assange indirectly asked him to spam the victim that company gained. One moment. I'm just gonna I want to do something here. Okay, good. Now I'm gonna head back here. Awesome. Ooh. Let me just look here. Okay, Assange didn't directly ask him to spam the victim. I'll just go back right here. WikiLeaks obtained and published emails from a data breach committed against the American intelligence consulting company by an anonymous and Lewis sect affiliated hacker. According to the hacker, Assange indirectly asked him to spam the victim company again. In addition, the broadened hacking conspiracy continues to allege that Assange conspired with Army Intelligence Analysis Chelsea Manning to crack a password hash to classified U.S. Department of Defense computer. An indictment contains allegations that a defendant has committed a crime. Assange is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. If convicted, he faces a maximum penalty of 10 years in prison on each crime except for conspiracy to commit computer intrusion, for which he faces a maximum penalty of 5 years in prison. Actual sentences for federal crimes are typically less than the maximum penalties. A federal district court will determine any sentence after taking into account the U.S. sentencing guidelines and other statutory factors. It gives the whole list who are involved. Gives the whole list right there. And it tells you all the attorneys' names, Dockery, Demers, all that. Okay, they all got involved in this case, including Nicholas Hunter of the Department of Justice and Security Division. That's one of them. So Assange is currently detained in the United Kingdom on an extradition request from the United States. Assange's extradition to the United States is being handled by the Department of Justice's Office of International Affairs and UK authorities, including the Home Office of the Crown Prosecution Service for England and Wales. It's interesting, if I'm correct, they have a treaty treaty that does not include espionage. Okay, so on extraditing. So there's got to be bigger crimes than that. I could be mistaken. But this is a real disturbing case, like I said before, because if they ever tried to do extradition, there'd be a big chance Mr. Assange may not get a fair trial. Because they'll bring it right near the area near Washington, D.C., Arlington, Virginia, where a lot of the people that pick in the jury pool work for the federal government. Good example, Roger Stone. Like him or not. A lot of questions pertaining to these cases. We always got to see things a lot bigger than what it is. Remember like I said before, remember the Pentagon Papers. Very similar, what we're seeing here. You got criminal elements in the federal government. This is how it is. Just to let you folks know, I didn't even support, I was against voting for having William Barr being the Attorney General because of his big pro-big government schemes and praise the ATF on the horrific event at Ruby Ridge. Like I heard stuff about Reaver, his family were a bunch of thieves, according to the people that live in that area. But the truth of the matter is, what happened to him was wrong. Okay? Because if you let the whole thing is, if they do it to them, you could be next. If you say good, he got what he deserved, but you gotta look at the bigger picture. Those are the things you always gotta question. So I want to do one more here because I have a pretty cool little article pertaining to this matter by Caitlin Johnstone. May all be revealed, it's called. She's in Australia right now, and it came out yesterday. And if wars can be started by lies, then it can be stopped by the truth. That's what Julian Assange has to say. That which can be destroyed by the truth should be. It's P.C. Hodgdale. Human life is confusing. A human's purpose in life is to make it less so. The healthiest desire of a human can have is for confusion and obstruction to be replaced. With clear seeing. This means wanting the truth to be revealed, whether it be for matters as large as the global scale agendas of secretive power structures, or matters as small as a delusion-based mental habit hidden in your own subconscious. For the lover of truth, it's all the same desire. The world's healthiest people want all truth to be revealed, no matter how inconvenient it might be. Of course. I agree with that. And I will continue on here. In themselves, in their relationships, their community, and in their world, they want government documents leaked. They want whistleblowers exposed and malfeasance of corporations. They want dynamics of abuse and seen and recognized. And they want unconscious conditioning patterns made conscious and healed. The world's sickest people want truth to be hidden whenever it's inconvenient. In themselves, in their relationships, in their community, and in their world. They want governments and corporations to become more apicue. And for the whistleblowers and journalists who expose them to be published. They want abusive dynamics to remain hidden, a veil of narrative control, and they want unconscious conditioning patterns to remain as unconscious as possible. May be revealed. This is the most sacred desire of every true revolutionary, of every sincere political activist, of every honest conspiracy analyst, of every authentic seeker of enlightenment, of every real psychonaut. They want the truth on truth terms, come what may. May all remain hidden. This is the foremost intention of every sociopathic manipulator, of every domineering oligarch, of every war architect, of every imperialist spook, of every deceitful propagandist, of every controlling cult leader, of every user and abuser and manipulator, of everyone who is too cowardly to face their own inner demons. They will all want plenty of dark spaces for the truth to be hidden in. Those who live in truth-based lies with intention of bringing the truth to the light will embrace in whenever form it ends up taking, even if it makes them look bad. Even if it proves they've been completely wrong about absolute everything. Those who've lived untruthful lives have a vested interest in keeping truth hidden at any cost. These mutually conflicting interests often set these two very different types of people at odds with one another. If you have led a life that is fully dedicated to truth, you will already have experienced this. May all be revealed is the most healthy and egoless desire you can possibly have for the world. Because when you have it, you are claiming to know what's best for everyone. And you're not trying to bend the world to your will. You simply want the truth to come out into the light, whatever it may be, whenever it has been hidden. You will have no preference for what the truth will look like when it's revealed, nor any agendas for responding to it. You just want the truth. Full stop. If people could really see what's going on in our world, it will quickly solve all the problems humanity now faces. Because the problems humanity faces are not just due to wicked people doing wicked deeds. Our problems are due to wicked people doing wicked deeds in secret while deceiving the public about what's really happening. If humanity was able to simply free its information ecosystem from the noise pollution of disinformation and manipulation so we could see all clearly what's happening, we'd be able to navigate our way through our troubles and create a healthy world. This is why I don't put a lot of energy into advocating any particular societal structure or any way of getting there. A lot of leftists have some of the rigid ideas about what sort of society we should be living in, what revolutionary means will be required to attain it. But I don't. I advocate for the elimination of mass-scale perpetual distortions like propaganda, censorship, and government capacity. Opacity, And I trust that once we're able to see clearly what's really going on and share information with each other, we'll collectively organize into whatever foundation we need to overcome the external hurdles we'll face on each given day. It is obvious that the psychopaths who are steering our species toward climate collapse and nuclear Armageddon are not going to turn the ship around on their own accord. It is also obvious that we ordinary folks as a collective won't be able to use the power of our numbers to force a change of direction as long as we're all being manipulated by mass-scale perpetual distortions, no matter how conceptually correct we might feel. Marx or Lenin, or whomever may have been. What needed first and foremost is not the more plans and agendas, but the clear seeing. That's where we must put our intention for all to be revealed. In ourselves, in our relationships, in our communities, and in our world, as our intention is, so will be our attention and our effort. As our attention and our effort are, so will be their fruits. We set our course for the revelation of truth by firmly resolving to help bring it all into the light, beginning right here and now with our own minds and our own lives. Everything is far more interconnected than most people realize. Resolving to bring that which is hidden in your own life into the light of truth will open your eyes further and further and give you the ability to spot hidden truth in larger and larger ways. The fight for humanity's future begins at your own eyelids. So may all be revealed, wherever it's big or small, whether it's convenient or inconvenient, in ourselves and in our world, in the expected places and the unexpected places. May it all be revealed, whatever is truth we are hoping to find, or truth we are hoping we would not find. Whatever its revelations that makes us feel vindicated, or revelations would make us eat crow, may all be revealed in our minds, in our lives, in our families, in our relationships, in our culture and in our society, in our nation and in our government. May all be revealed. May we be brave enough to want the truth, even if it affects us personally, even if it makes us burn with shame, or howl with grief, or shake with anger, or just feel really dumb for a second or two. Even if it means monsters dissolve as illusions before our eyes, or the seemingly banging reveals itself as melanin. Yeah. Even if it means making friends of old enemies or enemies of old friends. Even if it means giving up our precarious plans or diverting off a well-worn path or letting go of safety and comfort to allow our life to recalibrate itself into a more truthful arrangement, even if it means death to what I think of as me. May all be revealed. May we be wise enough to recognize truth when it arises, whatever form it might take. May we love ourselves enough to make the necessary changes when truth informs us that it is time to do so. But let us see it all. May be all revealed, come what may. Amen. What can you say about that? Self-explanatory, folks. Very basic, but powerful. When you learn the truth, it'll set you free and infuriate your enemies. I can deal with that. Folks got to realize too, on what's going on with Julian Assange, exposing the dark side of an empire, which I'm proudly oppose. When I learn more about what government's supposed to be, because we all been misguided, made our errors in life, all been swindled one way or the other. But you learn from it and better yourselves. And share things with humanity. And if the truth comes out of the tyranny within the United States government, which is just an example, any rogue elements in this institution that's abetting the enemy or part of the globalist movement that supports the one world order, let them all be exposed. Because a lot of them already have. And now you want them, now you talk about World War III, China may be invading us if we have a civil war in this country. The banksters are pulling the strings. It's not really organic, folks. They all want us to submit, belly up, chip us for our own well-being. They call it the mark of the beast. I can deal with it. But it doesn't mean I'm going to comply. Always got to look at things a lot broader than what it is. We've been living in a dangerous world for a very long time. People still want to use the political faction game, like Democrats are this, Republicans are that, vice versa. Finger pointing. I hate my president if he farts to have a cow. When the things they have in common is both unconstitutional, they don't do a damn thing. Think about that, folks. All you got to do is look at their voting record. Look who supports them. Just go to opensecrets.org. It's pretty powerful stuff. That the same corporations are funding both sides. Yeah, man. That's the truth. It's just an example. Running away, run away is not going to solve it because you can't go anywhere. They want us all to be technocratic peasants. So you know what I say? May it all reveal. May all be revealed. Exposed, disclosed, transparent. As far as I'm concerned, wouldn't bother me one bit. some of the stuff I make claims on comes to light, I'll be vindicated. And I'm not the only one. It's not hating your nation, your republic. Nah. But very critical within the government institutions, military-industrial complex. Spy versus spy, right? Yeah. Because the like-minded folks never benefited from it. Only the ones that are a bunch of psychopaths do. And they all need to be in the light. And that's it. I thank everyone for listening. Plus, feel free to download and share us throughout your social media networks. If you have any questions, comments, or something interesting you want to check out, whatever you do, please send your correspondence to Decorum. Furthermore, I will leave my leave the footnotes on my Spreaker page with this episode. If you want to donate, you can hit me at paypal.me/locallook3. Hit that like button and etc. Once again, thank you for your time. Plus, always remember that demoniac resistance is healthy for the soul and can liberate humanity. Until next time, take care of yourselves. Keep on spreading love. And may your guardian spirits be with you.